What's going on YouTube? Earth Power here with CEVH.
How's it going, everybody?
We have another deck profile for you today.
Yeah. It's Light Water Dark Fire Deckout.
Sorry, that was a bad throw. That's on me. We're gonna
Yeah.
keep rolling with it though. Yeah,
Yep.
Force of Deckout.
Yep.
It's
Are you throwing
exciting.
it to me again? Is that what's happening?
Throwing back to yep, this is your profile. Go for it.
Okay, I guess it is. Carl really hates Deckout so much. Go back to Season 1's profile where he also didn't want to go through that one at all. We played Dark Fire Deckout, 2 civilizations in the Season 1 bracket tournament, and it lost round 1. We wanted to bring Deckout back, but we wanted to play a slightly more standard version of it, and the standardized version that seems to exist is largely 4 civilizations. So we made it Light Water Dark Fire, still with the core of just a ton of removal, a good amount of search to find the removal, 4 Phal Egas to recycle the removal, and then we have the 2 Slash Chargers and only 1 Future Slash this time as the mill. That's really all you need for us. We are playing the 40 card finish format that limits Slash Charger and Future Slash to 2. That's why there's only 2 Slash Chargers. And the 40 card maximum is kind of why we think that's probably enough to get the job done in our sort of meta that we're playing.
I will say, I do like this version of the deck a lot better than our season one. Season one was very much just one for one them to death. Two for one them when you can with Blizzard and APOC and cards like that. But this version of the deck feels a lot more like kind of is in the same way that Phal Control felt. It's a little bit more toolboxy, with the idea of you're just not trying to win the game, you're just trying to deck them out or win the game by deck out rather. And you have the 2 Slash Chargers, the 1 Future Slash are your only mill cards. So technically, and this is kind of where deck out, I think, struggles in a sense. And we saw this in season one as well. But if the opponent knows you're playing deck out, they can just play much more conservatively. And in this version, you're playing 2 Logic Cube and 3 Eureka Charger, which technically, if you use all 3 of the or all 5 of those, you don't have enough deck out cards to pace your opponents. So you will actually lose before them if you're not careful and you don't play correctly. You do get
Not
lucky though. I say lucky. They're
technically, because
not
you do have
technically.
4
You're right.
fouls and the Belix. You can
4
always beat it.
fouls.
Yeah.
Right. So for sure. But with that, this card,
Transmog.
this deck plays a fun card in Transmogrify, which is just a really neat mill card to use on your opponent. Especially when you're playing some of the more heavier spell decks like Phal, Control, Mana Burn, decks like that. So, this deck has some neat interactions that I think it can play into. And, it got, I don't know if it's weird to say because I don't know that this deck really has bad matchups.
It's hard to say in a 40 card format. Obviously, if you're up against
Right.
some 60 card tank or something, that might be a problem, but not in this format. So,
Right. So, and that's why Slash Charger and Future Slash got limited because in the 40 card format, 4 of each of those was just a problem. Play 4 Slash Charger and 4 Belix. But with that being said, this deck's matchup is up against Light or Water, Fire, Nature. God, I struggle with those names sometimes.
yep.
The Tempo deck, which yeah, they've seen the profile already. So, that one's got the Earth Stomp Giants and things like that. So big creatures with, this deck playing now with the focusing on removal and only 2 Terror Pits and the Miraculous Snare. So,
Yeah.
those are your hard removal spells now. And so you got to have one of those when Earth Stomp or one of the bigger threats comes down. So the whole idea is to just avoid that and try to mill them and discard their hands and
Yep.
transmog things away if you get the option to. So
Snare is an
it's
amazing addition to the deck. I mean, as
yeah,
far as 1-for-1 removal goes, it's a great answer to the Gauntlet decks. It's a great answer to Earth Stomp, both of which are in the Tempo
yep,
deck.
yeah,
The other main thing, besides the 4 Thrash Crawlers, which are great to have in water because they're like larger Belixes that don't die to Blizzard or Spears and trade over more things. The addition of all these Chargers, I mean, Volcano Charger was a standout in Season 1, but now Eureka's and the 1 Corpse Charger, with the 2 Lost Souls, which just weren't in the deck in Season 1 in the 2-color version, like, that does give you a pretty reasonable line against control decks or any sort of mid-range decks that want to do what you were talking about and, like, stockpile Petrovas and Palo Olaces until the board is just unkillable. Now you can just sort of threaten the Lost Soul with the search and the draw and the ramp and early Lost Soul into 1-for-1 the rest of the game away.
absolutely. So yeah, this deck got a notably very notable upgrade here, and I do like this version a lot better than our season one version of this deck, the two color version. So yeah, excited to see how it does up against Tempo coming up here in the next couple of days. So stay tuned, leave a like, let us know what you think of this version down below, and we will see you next time, guys.
Each.